So you've got big dreams. You want success, freedom, a life that feels yours, but there's one tiny problem. You're lazy, and the worst part, you know exactly what you should be doing, but you just don't do it. So the guilt builds up because deep down you know you're capable of so much more. Days pass, weeks pass, months pass, and eventually that guilt turns into quiet acceptance. Then suddenly, boom, the new year arrives. New goals? Nope, the same ones from last year and the year before that. You start strong, all fired up with motivation and a little delusion. But then procrastination slides back in, like that one relative who always shows up uninvited. Slowly, it becomes your daily routine. Then you slap a label on yourself. I'm just a lazy person.
Cycle.
But here's the real question. How do we actually break this cycle? The internet is full of advice. Delete social media, remove distractions, and sure, those might help. But they only treat the surface level problem. They don't touch the real issue. The true root of procrastination can be summed up in one word: inertia. In physics, inertia means something at rest tends to stay at rest, and something in motion tends to stay in motion. That's Newton's first law, and it applies to life just as much as it applies to objects. Starting anything, absolutely anything, requires energy, a little push. And that tiny push feels so big in our minds that we avoid the task altogether. That's the real problem. We make the first step feel huge, impossible, overwhelming. So instead we escape into quick dopamine hits, scrolling, snacking, YouTube rabbit holes. So if we want to beat procrastination, we don't need more motivation. We need to beat inertia. And there are only two powerful ways to do that. Method 1, lower the stakes. Starting is the hardest part, so make starting laughably easy. Telling yourself to write a 5,000-word essay? Impossible. Telling yourself to write 50 words? Easy. The smaller the starting point, the smaller the inertia. Method 2, the 2-minute rule. If you don't feel like doing something, just do it for 2 minutes. Clean for 2 minutes, study for 2 minutes, write for 2 minutes. Put on a song and stop when the song ends. And here's the magic. You almost never stop at 2 minutes. Why? Because once you're in motion, you stay in motion. Momentum is powerful. At first, pushing yourself feels like rolling a heavy uphill. But once you cross that initial resistance, the rest becomes downhill. That's why your first push must be tiny, small, easy, effortless. Apply these 2 methods to anything: your fitness, your side hustle, your studies, your relationships. As Martin Luther King Jr. said, you don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. Break inertia, and the rest will follow.